What is? Okay. And now go back here. Yes, now we are ready to import the data. You got the template and now you are populated the data and you are ready to import the data. Go to employee files and click on import export data again and select the import data option, and CSV file is the one that we are interested. And what is the option? Position is the one, and browse for the file position import, and yes, it is going to be incremental load, and I don't remember this. Okay, let me click on this. See here, the file has been imported and there is no problem, guys. It is imported and the job is going to be processed, and then it will create the actual position entity in your system, guys. This is with respect to your generic objects. All the data, there are a lot of generic objects in your system, and all those data you can upload in a CSV file as well, guys. Get couple of those things and import the data into the system, guys.
Prabhu, what about the business rules? Do they get triggered from here, or
yeah, they will be triggered. They will be triggered, guys. Whatever so the way that you are going to load into the system, right? They will be triggered.
So the position IDs, I can just leave it blank and it will automatically
yes. Yes. Okay. So that is with respect to your data import, guys. We have. Yeah. Go ahead, guys.
So what about workflow? It will trigger the workflow, or it will be?
No, everything is going to be triggered. Your workflows, your business rules. The moment you trigger the business rules, right? From your business rules, your workflows are triggered, guys. Yes, they will be triggered.
So during initial load, if you want to workflow not to trigger,
yeah, you have to deactivate them, guys. You have to go to the business rule and deactivate them.
Okay, because that's as a part of the go live, whatever the.
Yes, as a go live activity, you have to make sure that because when you are loading these things, right, you don't have employees. Yeah, you have to deactivate those things, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So these things, the employee data and your foundation objects and your generic objects import into the system completes your data imports, guys. Even in your project, these are the things that you are going to import into the system. And the other option, one second, guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. So the other thing that I want to discuss with you in today's session is the mass changes, guys. So your mass changes is the tool in your SuccessFactors Employee Central module available to your administrators to go ahead and manage changes to your employee job information or their job relationship or any data that is relevant to your employees in a mass fashion. Based on some criteria, you can do the employee data change for a couple of employees in a single shot, guys. Say the best example is like, say, if you want to change the number of the standard weekly hours of an employee, the standard weekly hours on the job information of a particular group of employees from 40 to 32 or 40 to 44 or something. Yes, you will be able to do that for that particular group in a single shot. You have to go ahead and create a rule called as a mass changes. It's not a rule. Mass changes is a totally different rule, different tool, which is different from your business rules, guys. Don't think it as a business rules. Yes, your mass changes is a different tool. Let me show you where you will be able to find that. Yes, using your mass changes, you will be able to achieve similar kind of functionality. And you can access the mass changes tool using the mass changes administrative option, guys. Go to company settings. go to otherwise. Sorry guys, let me go to employee files. You can see manage mass changes. Click on manage mass changes, and this is the place where you are going to configure your mass changes. You see here, let me show you one thing guys, then I go ahead and create a new one. Go to your employee files, manage mass changes, and should be few more guys. Yeah, you see here there was a rule, all AUS mass changes. I don't know what it is there inside. Let me open that. You see here, AUS mass change is the name of this the mass change action that we triggered, and you see here there is a area called as additional manager, and then when the additional manager name is this one, cbliss is the username. You are going to what it is. No, it is not. We are not able to read things. Let me create a new one and I'll show you. Create a new one. Here you can see create a new one, guys, and let's say standard weekly hours change. And what is the group? You can see what is the target group. Whether these are the existing groups, you can go ahead and select one of them. If you want to select or create a new group, yes, you can go ahead and create a new group based on some criteria, guys. It's up to you. However you want to proceed, right? You can go ahead and do that, guys. Let me get the couple of data, guys. Based on that, we'll change the data and we'll verify that, guys. Hold on a moment, guys. Location he belongs to. Okay. See here, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to change the standard weekly hours. You see here, standard weekly hours is right now set to 0, and I'm going to write a rule, or I'm going to trigger the mass changes on the location SAN method, and I want to make the standard weekly hours as 32 or 40 or whatever it may be, guys. For all the employees who met this criteria, who belongs to the location SAN method, the standard weekly hours should change. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do, guys. Let me go to admin tools and let me use this, guys. Manage mass changes. Create a new one. Go here. Employee group. See here. Let me see, guys, who are all there. See, there are 3 people, guys. Let me take a note of this. Okay. So this rule, whatever we are going to write now, is going to be acting on these 3 people, guys. So they gave this name, guys, but the rule is totally different, guys. Let me change that. 1 second, guys. Location. Let me go with this thing, guys. Click on update. There are 138 employees, guys, which is good. Just a second. Let me take a screenshot of this thing, guys. Let me click on done. Done. Okay. Effective today. Okay. What is the effective date when it should trigger? And let's say the area is going to be like I'm going to act on the job information object, and I'm going to change these are the different fields in your job information, guys, and I'm going to act on the standard weekly hours, and I'm going to change them to, let's say I'm going to change it to 32. And what is the event that should you want to raise it whenever you are doing these changes? So based on that event, if you want to take some other action, yes, you can go ahead and do the action, guys. Let's say it is a, let me keep it as some data change, guys. Whatever it may be, guys, we can create all the custom event reasons in our system. You can go ahead and select one of those things. It's not of much important. We are not taking any further action after this mass changes, so we are good. You see here, this is how you are going to write your mass changes rules, guys, or mass change using this some criteria. We selected the criteria as location, and we are changing the standard weekly hours. Let me click on save and initiate is nothing but it will start the process, guys. If you just click on save, it doesn't trigger the process, guys. It will just save it, and if you have to come back to this particular place again, and you have to select the same mass changes, the standard weekly hours changes option, and click on save and initiate. Always you have to click on save and initiate to trigger that particular process initiate now itself. Let me click on save and initiate. See here, you are making this mass change. It will change the data for 138 employees, which is as per our criteria. They belongs to San Mateo. That is the location we selected. Click on yes, guys. It will take a lot of time, guys, because of 138 employees here. Probably like tomorrow is when we'll be able to verify that, guys. And the other thing is like we loaded the position, right? We have to verify whether the position is loaded or not. You see here, it is initiated. The status is initiated. And if there are any errors, you will be able to see the errors here itself, guys. You see here, these are your errors. And yes, if you want to download them into a CSV file, you will be able to download them into a CSV files. But yeah, it's up to us, guys. However you want to use it. What it is? Okay, the position is the thing that we have to verify. Go to your manage positions and click on position is the one that we want to select, right? Position. And does anyone remember, guys, what is the position name? So that's the name that we gave. Let me go ahead and it's not yet created, guys. Position underscore import, guys, not yet created. 1 second. Stop, guys.